The time has come. We are talking about the playoffs. The Broncos are playing the Bills for their first game. So here to break down how the team is looking, we've got our Broncos insider, Mike-Klis, with Klis's Mic Drop. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Yes, the Broncos 14-3. They earned that #1 seed. They get the first round bye. They got the whole AFC playoffs at home. And who do they draw for their first opponent in the postseason? The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. That's a tough one. I tell you what, Josh Allen, he is the best football player on the planet. I don't care what the awards say. He's the guy that's the most unstoppable. He can pass, he can run, he's a heck of an athlete. He's from right up the road in Laramie, Wyoming is where he played his college football. A lot of questions about Josh Allen coming out of college. Let me clarify some things about the 2018 draft. It was a big quarterback class. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen were the big three. And I know John Elway said a couple days ago, he told me this in the book, The Elway Years. He regretted not taking him, but he couldn't get any coaches to buy in on Josh Allen. Here's really what happened. The Broncos in 2016 in the first round took a very tall, strong arm, mobile, but maybe a little inaccurate quarterback in Paxton Lynch. By the time the 2018 draft rolled around, Elway had not given up on Paxton Lynch yet. He was going into his third year. He showed some promise at the end of 2017, so he hadn't given up on Paxton Lynch. When Josh Allen came out, he was a very similar prospect. Tall, he ran the ball well, he had a very strong arm, but accuracy was an issue. They were too close. The timing wasn't right. It was too close a prospect. And so when that 2018 draft came along, the Broncos had the #5 overall pick. They wanted, I know Matt Russell really liked Baker Mayfield. I know John really liked Sam Darnold. In fact, the Broncos had Sam Darnold been there at #5, the Broncos would have taken Sam Darnold. He wasn't. He went #3 to the Jets. And so with those two quarterbacks gone, Josh Allen still on the board, the Broncos took Bradley Chubb to their everlasting regret, even though Bradley Chubb, was a heck of a football player and is still a heck of a football player for the Miami Dolphins. But Josh Allen, a one of a kind. It's okay. All roads led to Bo Nix, and the Broncos are in good shape now, even if, I wouldn't say Bo is Josh Allen, but he's still pretty good and good enough to lead this team to the Super Bowl, providing the Broncos have a good enough, well-balanced team. We'll find out. We're about to find out just how good the Broncos are. It's one thing to do it in the regular season with a third-place schedule. When you're in the postseason, everything's a first-place schedule. There's only 8 teams left, and the Broncos have to beat 2 of them to get to the Super Bowl, and that starts with Josh Allen. Last year, the two teams met in Buffalo in a wild card, that first-round game. The Broncos were the 7th seed then, and they lost that game 31-7. Nick started with a deep bomb, 43 yards to Troy Franklin. The Broncos were up 7-0. They were on their way. And then the Buffalo Bills basically didn't give the ball back. They controlled the game. They had the ball for 41 and a half minutes of a 60-minute game. They just ran it down the Broncos' throats. James Cook, their running back, ran for 120. He was the NFL rushing leader this year with over 1,600 yards. The Bills have 2 real good tight ends. We all know how difficult it is for the Broncos defense to cover tight ends. Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox on that team. Khalil Shakir, by far the Bills' #1 receiver. He had 12 catches against Jacksonville yesterday. The Bills, there was 7 lead changes in that game against Jacksonville. Josh Allen ran it in from 1 yard. Jacksonville kind of let him get in so they could get the ball back. But the Bills win that game 27-24. Chargers didn't have it. They were just smothered yesterday by the New England Patriots. So going to be tough for the Broncos to beat the Bills at home, and then probably New England in the AFC Championship game the following week if they advance. But first things first, Josh Allen and the Bills. The Broncos are going to have to give it all they have. Their defense, Vance Joseph, is going to have to play a game of his life to stop Josh Allen, who is the number one offensive threat. But I think the Broncos can wear him down. And we'll send it back to you. We're going to be talking about this game here for the next week until Saturday, either Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening.
Well, I hope that we have lots to talk about after that, Mike. I hope that we have a long road ahead here with the Broncos.
That's right, and they get the next one at home too. So it's all there for the Broncos. They got to wear them down. They got 5,280 feet of altitude to wear the opponent down. So and the Bills are on a short week, so no excuses for the Broncos. They got to get them.
All right, good stuff, Mike. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.